In this video, we are going to draw this house and also dimension it. Before you get started, make sure to create two layers according to the directions. They might be different than mine, so make sure to use the Canvas instructions. And then you're going to go to the Annotate tab and open up the Dimension Style Manager and create a dimension style or modify the standard one. So in mine, I just modified standard. And you want to make sure your primary units are architectural. This is the precision I used. Then under fit, you are going to, oh, I didn't change anything here. Under text, I changed the text height to 9 inches. And I also increased the offset from dim line setting so that there is a space in between the dimension and the dimension line. If you left it how it was, the dimension line would be touching the dimension there. Then under symbols and arrows, I changed these to architectural ticks and I increased the arrow size so that you could actually see the architectural ticks. In the solution, if these ticks look different, that's okay. Um, I prefer to use it like this, but it's up to you for that. All right, and then I'm going to click OK, close, and I'm going to start drawing this house here. So make sure to use the correct layer to draw the objects. And so I'm going to click line. I'm going to make sure my ortho mode is on right here. So my lines are straight. And then I'm going to click once and draw a horizontal line that's 50 feet. So if you're drawing or if you're inputting architectural units and you're using feet, you're going to type in 50 apostrophe for feet. And if you're doing inches, you're going to put the quotation, which is just shift in that same key on your keyboard. Or you can just type in 50 feet and type in the inches without a quotation because AutoCAD knows that it will be inches if you don't use quotation marks. But for feet, you want to make sure you use that apostrophe symbol and then click or hit enter. Then I'm going to go up by, it says 8 inches. So 8. And so since inches, I can just type in 8. All right. And then I'm going to go up again by 7 feet 1 inch. So 7 feet and 1. So type in 7 apostrophe 1, enter. And then I'm just going to start drawing. Oh, I guess I can just, yeah, I'm going to draw this bottom portion here. So this is 50 feet, enter, and then I'm just going to draw a line down. All right, then I'm going to hit line again. And from the endpoint of this part right here, I'm just going to draw it over here. So you can just click and use trim, or I'm going to hover over this endpoint and okay. Oh, I guess this is going to be 50 feet as well. So you can type in 50 feet, enter. All right, so now I have this part of the house. I'm going to start adding in these lines here. So I can just use an offset. So I'll hit offset. And then I need to specify the distance. So the first one's going to be 14 feet, enter. And I'll click this line and then click on this side of the line. All right, then I'm going to hit enter and then enter again on the keyboard to redo the offset command. And this time I'm going to type in 11 feet, enter, click, then enter, enter. Then I'm going to type in 3 feet, enter, click that line and then click over here, enter, enter, then 8 feet, enter, and click this line and click again. All right, and then this last one, or hit enter, and this last one should be 14 feet. I can double check by hitting distance, and from here to here is 14 feet. All right, so now I'm going to start building the roof. So let's see here. We're going to click the line command, and I'll start doing this outer portion of the roof that we can see. Think on the solution, this dimension is on this side, but it's the same thing. So this is 1 feet 6 inches. So I'm going to click here and then type in 1 feet 6. Okay. Then I'm going to go up, and that dimension is 6 inches. So I'll just type in 6, enter. All right. And then I'm going to, you can do math, or I'm just going to draw this so that it's aligned with this one. I'm going to turn on this. So hover there and then move your cursor up, and it will show you so that, or it will show you where to click so that it's aligned. All right, that's why I turn it on. And then let's see, you're going to go over by 1 foot 6 inches, 1 foot 6, enter. Then you'll go down by 6, enter, and then you'll connect right there and click. All right, so we have that portion. And then we are going to let's talk about the roof. So we know that this is 12 feet away there. And then for this portion right here, because there's no dimension, we're going to use an assumption when that this is going to be the midpoint of this line. So it's in the center. If there's no dimension, you can make geometric assumptions using, midpoint, concentric, tangent, and things like that. So because there's none, we can assume that this center point is at the middle of this portion of the house there. So basically from this line to this line is 14 feet, and it's going to be the middle of that. So there's a lot of ways that we can actually draw that. What we can just do is draw some reference lines, and then we can delete them. That might be the easiest. So I'm going to click line. And then I'm going to just draw a line from here to here. That's 14 feet. Right? Then I'll click line again. And in the midpoint of that, make sure your midpoint object snap is on. So click the arrow and make sure midpoint's on. And so in the midpoint of that line, I'm going to click and just draw a line upwards. All right. And then I need to draw this top line. And so then I can connect these. And then the intersection, I can draw that line there. So, we can see that actually this is, we need to draw these 2 lines as well. So that's another 1 feet 6 inches over. So let's do that. I'm just going to draw a line, click here, and draw a line 1 feet 6, enter. And then you can either just draw a line up and click and trim, or I'm just going to reference this one right here. So hover over that endpoint. And so then once I move over here, it will snap. Okay, and click. All right, and I'm just going to mirror this on the other side. So now we need to draw this upper line right there, which is 12 inches over, up by 6 feet, and to the right 12 inches. So we can just draw those lines and delete them. So from this point right here, we'll draw a line up that's 6 feet, enter. And then this way it will be 12 feet, enter. All right. And that is actually going to be the start of the line there. So I'm going to hit escape. And now I'm going to start connecting some lines. So I'm first going to go to trim, actually, trim, and then I'm just going to trim this line because we don't need that line anymore. And we, 12 feet, actually, okay, I'm sorry about that. You don't have to trim that. So I'm going to click line, and then I'm going to click this point here and just connect it to the end point of that 12-foot line we made. Okay, escape. Now we, let's see here, we don't need this line, so I'm just going to click it and delete it. Okay, and we also don't need this line, so I'm going to click it and delete it. And then I'm going to draw this line right here, which is just from this point to this point, intersection right there. So line from this point to this point. Okay, escape. All right, awesome. And now I can, I don't need this line, so I'm going to click that and delete that line. And I'm going to mirror this on the other side. You can do this exact same thing on the other side or just use mirror. So I'm going to click the mirror command. I'm going to select this one, and that little one right there. I'm going to hit enter. And then I'm going to just draw on my mirror line. So from I am not sure exactly where the midpoint is, so I'm just going to escape and make sure that this is one line. Okay, and I can see the midpoint is right there. So then I'm going to hit mirror again, and then I'm going to select those three objects again. And then enter, and then the midpoint. So hover over here, and where it has that triangle, you'll click, and then just draw a straight line up, and click. Erase source objects, no. Okay. So we just mirrored that on the other side. And now I'm just going to draw a line that connects these two right there. Escape. And then we just need to fix the door right there. So I'll just draw a line, just a horizontal line. There's no dimension, so you can just draw it at any length. Escape. Then go to trim and just start trimming. So you have the door here. I believe that the door will not go down there either. All right, escape. I guess you can't really tell. Okay, so now we're going to start adding our dimensions. So we'll go to annotate tab, add the linear, add linear dimension. And we can add these horizontal dimensions first. So we'll click this bottom endpoint to this endpoint, drag this down and click, right? I noticed that I'm in the wrong layer. So I'm going to click this and go to home and change this to my dimension layer, escape, and then also change my layer to the dimension layer. Go back to annotate, and then you can keep drawing in your dimensions, or up here you can use this continue. So if you click this down arrow, there's baseline and continue. Click continue, and it'll actually continue from this endpoint here. So then I'll draw one to the door, this endpoint, this one right there, and right here. And I'll hit escape to end the continue. I'll draw another linear dimension from the bottom to this right point. Then I need to add these dimensions here. So I'll click the linear again, and I'll draw from the bottom of the house to this endpoint. And then I'm going to go back and click continue and draw to, let's see, this endpoint and then that endpoint right there, and then hit escape. Then we'll add these dimensions on the left-hand side. So we'll click the dimension again, and we'll add this dimension. You can add this on the left-hand side or the right-hand side, doesn't matter. So click there and click, then add another linear dimension from this point to this upper point, okay? And click there. And then we only need one more from here to here, which is the 6 feet, and click. All right. And if you want to move, you always want to make sure the dimension is not inside your object. So I'm going to click on this dimension and click the node where the text is, and then move it out to here on the left-hand side outside of the objects, and then click. And the last step is to actually add this multi-line text. So I'm going to hit the A for multi-line. And then I'm just going to draw in a text box. So draw that in. Then you'll type the address. So I'm just going to type in 1722. Close text editor. You can see it's extremely small, so I need to change the text size. So you can do this using the textile manager, or I'm going to select this, right click, go to properties, and change my text height right here to, I think we used 9 inches. All right, awesome. Okay. And then you can zoom in and actually move this, use this node right here, this node on the left side, and you can use that to actually move this so that it is more centered. Right? And that is how you draw this house.